Calistoga, and just devastating through the area near Santa Rosa. They're out near the 101, kind of between the 101 and the Napa Valley area there. That has just, it's a number of fires that have combined over just since yesterday. In fact, let's listen into this reporter now.
And move. While we were talking with him, what he told us is that they were getting reports that the hospital was on fire from some people, but Kaiser Hospital is not on fire. And so where we are now is we are on the other side of that mobile home park. So when we were looking at it from up above, we're now down on the ground at the entrance to that mobile home park. And so some of these fires that you're seeing with these gas lines, those are the fires that we were seeing from up above. And we are seeing firefighters in between where we're standing at the entrance of the park and where the hospital is. So again, they're not putting out fires to try to save these homes. They're trying to put out the fires to keep it from spreading to nearby Kaiser Hospital. So when we were talking with the firefighters, they said they have identified a few very key structures within the city of Santa Rosa that they want to make sure that they protect. Sutter Hospital is one of them. Kaiser Hospital is one of them. They want to make sure that they're protecting the evacuation shelters because there are so many people in those areas now because the evacuations are ongoing. And the spokesperson told us that one of the biggest issues right now is that the wind just keeps changing directions. And so when we first got over here, the wind was blowing so hard we could barely even see because all of this smoke was just circling around us. And so as these winds continue to change directions, firefighters are being pulled. They don't know where to tell residents to evacuate next. We were actually talking with a Santa Rosa resident earlier this morning, and she was asking us, have you heard anything about my street? I think my home might be gone, but I don't know yet. She's naming off the streets, and I told her that we didn't have any information. Everything was still closed, mandatory evacuations still in place. And I asked her, how did you find out that there was a fire? She said, my husband just happened to wake up and thought the house next door was on fire because there was so much smoke and the sky was just orange. And I said, were there firefighters there? Were there police officers there trying to get people out? She said, no, it was just the residents going around banging on each other's doors. She said she wasn't able to get anything out except for her 2 children and their dog. Everything else is still in their home, their driver's license, their passport, all of their important papers, all of their memories still there. And so we keep hearing that time and time again. And as we're on the sidewalks, we're literally seeing these residents, they almost look shell-shocked. They can't believe what they're seeing. They can't believe this is happening to their town. And when we were talking with Battalion Chief Cox earlier today, he said this is worst case scenario. This is their nightmare situation, to have a brush fire that started off as a 200-acre brush fire turn into a 20,000-acre fire in just a matter of hours, pushed by these winds, and now has pushed into a very densely populated city, the city of Santa Rosa, where you have so many people here. He told us there was a strip mall just down from where we were by the furniture store that included a Kmart. He said that Kmart is gone, and so is every other business in that strip mall. So he's saying this is unprecedented damage that they're seeing here in the town of Santa Rosa. And we actually just had a resident, you want to take a look right back behind us, we just had a resident pull up, and it looks like this could be someone who used to live here at Journey's End. This is the mobile home park that, again, we were seeing from the roof of the Kaiser Permanente parking structure, the hospital parking structure, a few hours ago. And again, right now, firefighters in Santa Rosa say nothing is near containment here. This is still a very active fire, both in the neighborhoods, in the commercial areas, up in the hills. These winds keep changing directions. When we first got here, you probably saw my hair blowing this way. Now it's blowing back behind me. So firefighters just trying to stay on top of those evacuations right now. That is the main concern. And because of the volatility of this fire, they just don't know where to start the evacuations, where to tell people to go. And the evacuation shelters are starting to fill up. And so they are continuing to open new evacuation shelters. But even that is tricky because they don't want to send hundreds of people into harm's way. So again, we're here at the Journey's End Mobile Home Park off of Mendocino and Bicentennial Way. It's right down the hill from Kaiser Hospital, and as of right now, the hospital is still safe. There are a number of firefighters here again, just trying to protect that hospital. And as of right now, we have not heard of any injuries here at Journey's End, but Battalion Chief Cox didn't tell us. They do know that some people were hurt, but they won't really know the extent of all of those injuries until they're able to get into these neighborhoods. And right now, they're just not able to do that. It's too dangerous, and frankly, they don't have the manpower. So they've actually called for mutual aid. So CAL FIRE already has crews from around all of Northern California heading into these areas to help with the Napa fire, the Clear Lake fire, this fire here in Santa Rosa. But they're also going to be calling on crews from Central California, from Southern California, Los Angeles, San Diego. This is literally a statewide mutual aid situation that we're in right now, both for Santa Rosa and all of the fires that are burning here. So, of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more. Live in Santa Rosa, Katie Neal.
The vegetation's burning, and I got a garden hose.
believe this. Crap.
Unfed wildfire surged over the Anaheim Hills on Monday, burning several homes and forcing thousands to evacuate as fire crews struggled to battle the rapidly growing blaze. The fire broke out around 9:20 a.m. near the 91 freeway and Gypsum Canyon Road, and quickly leaped the California 241 toll road. It raced up a ridge and hit tract homes at the top of a hill. Several caught fire and continued to burn even as firefighters sprayed the structures with water. At least 6 structures had been damaged or lost, and 1 firefighter had to be treated for smoke inhalation. The Canyon Fire too put an added drain on state firefighting resources as first responders battled more than a dozen blazes that erupted in Northern California on Sunday night, leaving 10 dead and destroying 1,500 structures. By Tuesday, we're gonna be as stretched as we can be, said Stephen Beach, an incident commander with the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. Orange County fire officials evacuated at least 1,000 homes as the fast-moving fire grew to nearly 5,000 acres, spitting smoke into the air that was visible over Disneyland and caused officials to issue air quality warnings in parts of Los Angeles County. Some residents found themselves racing out of their homes as the flames licked the edges of their neighborhood. Dio Campolongo, 22, said he operated on total instinct when he noticed the blaze was creeping close to his family's residence in the Anaheim Hills. He rushed to stir his 2 younger sisters, both of whom were homesick from school, as he frantically checked websites to find an evacuation route. "How do you know what to do in situations like this?" he asked after escaping to an Anaheim evacuation center around noon Monday. Fire crews had not been able to contain any portion of the blaze Monday evening, and strong winds were making it difficult to figure out where the flames might jump next, according to Sergeant Darren Wyatt, spokesman for the Anaheim Fire Department. With the wind-driven event, this fire can change behavior very rapidly, he said during a news briefing. At least 500 firefighters from multiple fire task forces are battling the blaze. Beach said he expected that figure to grow to more than 1,000 by Tuesday morning. Evacuations were ordered south of the 91 freeway, west of the 241 toll road, north of Knoll Ranch Road and east of Serrano Avenue. The eastbound 91 freeway was closed, with small spot fires reported along the roadway. Santiago Canyon College in Orange as the fire spread toward the Orange Park Acres area, and Tustin police also ordered residences north of Jamboree and Tustin Ranch roads to evacuate. Several elementary schools in the area were evacuated as well, with students moved to Canyon High School in Anaheim. Several regional parks were also closed as strong winds pushed smoke into Orange and Santa Ana. At a strip mall downhill from the evacuated neighborhoods, a line snaked out from a nearby gas station. Residents of an assisted living facility filed into buses, and ambulances could be seen transporting residents away. Families cast concerned glances up toward the smoke-covered hills, over which helicopters were ferrying water from a reservoir. Some used the area as a rendezvous point. By the time Eric Schmidt, 48, had driven home from his job at Disney on Monday morning, police wouldn't let him back into his neighborhood. Parents frantic to pick up their children at a nearby elementary school had taken to abandoning their cars and going to grab their children on foot. Officials had set up a refuge for large animals at the Orange County Fairgrounds, and a specific staging area for horses at Yorba Regional Park in Anaheim. Evacuees needing an overnight shelter were being directed to the downtown Anaheim Youth Center, the East Anaheim Community Center and Del Modena High School in Orange.